The nanomachine had been dispersed into the atmosphere. That was when disaster struck. Our songs of victory were replaced by the sound of total pandemonium. 1,000 voices cried out suddenly, and then was suddenly silenced.
Kind of.
In the beginning, we had no idea what had transpired. We witnessed the inexplicable phenomena. People from all parts of the globe began to mutate into abnormal forms. It seemed to be triggered when the nanomachines removed the limiter seal that was placed on humankind by Krellian in the past. The human form and its innate abilities released. That's when I remembered that what Hammer had said back in Solaris. His words were, "What becomes of normal humans?"
So by releasing the limiter, we actually made things worse.
Nice job breaking it, hero.
Pretty much, actually, because Krellian... so people don't really... we haven't had a lot of reason to hate Krellian at this point. Krellian has been experimenting on humans for hundreds of years at this point. And they're also subtle, but the limiter is what kind of keeps them at bay. Mm-hmm. He's been mutating people for hundreds of years. And so now that the limiter's not there anymore to keep that back, we're now seeing the nastiness of Krellian's work.
So they are naturally germinated because of the resurrection of God is near.
Those who will become the body of our servant. I never knew so many would exist, even without using the key.
But some of them still have not yet begun to germinate.
Are they not destined to be the flesh of God?
Or perhaps those are not the enemies of God.
Well, those are the enemies.
Oh.
Let us reactivate the strategic points of the Soylent.
At any rate, they are just incomplete mutants. They are useless now in their half-finished form.
God's apostles. There cannot be any harm in having too many of them.
And here's where things get kind of disgusting. Well, not yet, but... Meanwhile, back at Zeboim...
The chains that restrained humankind have been removed because of you.
But that doesn't mean there is anything wrong with our plan. Everything is still under control. In the event of the explosion in the capital of Solaris earlier, I had set up a nanomachine virus to diffuse into the atmosphere. So this is, again, this is also another problem. I knew they would eventually going to break that seal, but the timing was a little close for comfort. The current mutations of the humans are an initial response to the virus. Once the virus we spread over the world germinates inside of the humans, they are no longer the same. They change into a controllable form. We need humans that do not depend on the key's invocation in order to awaken. In other words, a being to take the place of the original body of God.
It's like a Trojan horse released at the time of the assimilation with God. A literal virus. But isn't it different from what they intended?
Of course. We can't let them have it their way. The Ark of God is mine.
Either way is fine by me. I will just side with whichever is the more certain one anyway.
Hey, look, we're trying to be subtle. So just so you don't have to deal with more narration, the Soylent System, a group of facilities formerly created by Solaris. Now, remember, we dealt with the Soylent System before.
Yeah.
These facilities existed all over the Earth. It is said that originally these were used for biological experiments and brainwashing. The people who mutated into what were called wells, or the true form of humans, gathered at these facilities. Some of the humans turned wells were attacking healthy humans and devouring their flesh and blood. That's because healthy human flesh and blood eased the pain of their sudden molecular changes and let them live longer. Their lives were so short. Soon after, severely mutated beings started to seek the flesh and blood of the less mutated beings. The Soylent System divides and merges those mutated bodies on a molecular level. A set of facilities that recreate a more perfect single life form to be used as a weapon. So it's Solaris is doing more bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, look, in case you guys didn't know, Solaris is evil.
Yeah. Very evil.
This was the truth behind the Gazel Ministry's M plan. And meanwhile, in this tank, what could possibly be in here? Seriously, this guy just wanted to make a film. He wanted to make a film. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty nasty looking.
I take it this is our final boss?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Nowhere near.
Well, I mean, is he gonna be like become our final boss? Is what I'm asking.
No.
No. Okay.
He'll be a boss, but he's not final boss.
Okay.
Go to those facilities and you will be freed from the unbearable agony. So people gathered, seeking a fulfillment of this promise. There's salvation there. The news spread, although no one actually uttered it. Their mutated blood probably told such people to gather there. We went there to destroy the Soylent System. Meanwhile, so this is Faye talking.
There, humans fought amongst themselves, greedily for limited pardons to live. It was an ugly battle in order to keep on living. Or so it may have seemed to the casual passerby. But to me, they were desperately trying to live. It was natural. It was each person's natural human form. They were the haves and the have-nots. And among them were some of my former friends from Solaris.
Oh, and yeah, so at this point it actually kind of shifts to Elly.
To Elly, yeah.
Yeah, were some of my former friends in Solaris. They wanted our flesh and blood. They told us the haves should share with the have-nots. They asked if a have such as myself could understand their pain. I couldn't answer. No matter what I said, it would have sounded like a conceited have speaking. Even so, I wanted to relieve their anguish, and I decided to do so. Just like the person in the memory of my dreams, in the distant past. Oh, hi. Then suddenly, the system went out of control. The Sufal mass, a monstrous organism, still in the process of amalgamation, broke through the barrier of the life support facilities and stood before us. No longer of human form, that which was once human began eating the people gathered there, seeking relief. We had to fight it in order to save the people, and in order to save him. The eyes of that which was once human looked at me, pleading for death, to take away the agony.
Open menu.
Open menu?
Change.
Member change? Let's go ahead and open up the menu, because I don't know who's in our party. Yeah, this'll be fine. Sure. Let's see, do I need a... Nope, I think we're good. Health is good. Okay, so we're about to go into another boss fight. So here we go.
You can't save the game?
Can't. Won't let you. Resume the game. It'll let you do it after.
Okay.
That's kind of that's one of the issues of Disc 2 is like it's on a plot track. So
Right.
at that point, like it's gonna go regardless of whether or not you want it to. Crystal water. We're gonna take care of these little, for lack of a better term, wells, because the Sufal mass likes to feed on them, and it heals him. So we'll take them out first. 1492 and 1492. Okay, sorry. Chikai. Wham! 976. Is that enough? No, it's not. And Youthful Mass. Oh, 91. That's not bad. Okay. So let's do...
Didn't even hurt.
Nemo Zap. I'll just be honest, I want a lightning whip. Bam! Bam! 900. Okay, so that killed it off. So thankfully, Sighton can at least take out one. Crystal Water. Bam! 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 So while we're taking care of this, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this occasionally, Alex. Is there anything that needs to be explained? Because, yeah, we're at that point, people. Pukai.
So far I think I'm getting it.
Okay. All right.
That dude just...
Again, it really just feels like these were plot arcs that were gonna go into the other games.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we couldn't flesh them out. We couldn't make them... We couldn't improve on them. Because, yeah. Crystal Water. Now we're going to start attacking the Youthful Mass. Because I have a feeling like this mass was supposed to be like the ending of an arc. Like,
yeah.
You come across this guy. Ah, crap. I forgot about that. Can't attack him elementally.
1.
Let's see.
1.
Nemo Zap. Crap, I can't remember how you actually take the guy out. Oh, you know what? I think Faye is going to come into play here. Because some of his abilities will be helpful. So, okay, first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and do Miogetsu and see if that will do any damage. Fortunately, all of his ending ones are elemental. 1,000, so, okay, I'll take it. Radiance, we're going to try it out. We're going to explode him with Space Chi!
Space Chi. We're gonna suck him into a black hole.
Bam! 1. Didn't do anything. Okay, so Miogetsu. We know that this will do something. Crap, missed. $800. Youthful Mass. Now, unfortunately, yeah, he can hit us pretty damn hard and take our health. So, Zeta Soul. This is where things get very difficult, Alex. As they think this guy was built to be a gear fight, and he's not. He very much isn't. Okay. Kane, do I have the speed up for him? Yes, I do. So, actually... yes, Senkai for Faye. Boom! So we could speed him up. Okay, so Chi, we're gonna do inner healing on Elly. There we go, 195. So she'll survive somewhat. And I think the other thing we're gonna do here also is Senkai on Sighton. Kind of speed up our 2 fastest characters. And finally, Youthful Mass. Oh, and dead again.
Really?
This is why we're doing this, because that's what's gonna happen this entire time. But now we move faster than him, so that'll be helpful. Yay! More Zeta Souls used up. Okay, Arcane, Sazanami. 276. That's actually a little bit better. Okay, Koho! 553. Not bad, but not good either. Miogetsu. Do as much damage as you can, Sighton. 1,000.
1,000.
He is literally like the guy who's killing the Youthful Mass right now. Bam! 1,100. Still not dead. Go! Man. Just die. 500. Smack. Okay, well, it's Sighton's turn to heal up.
Stop being such a jerk.
Alright. What the hell is wrong with you, buddy? I don't think we can call gears in this fight. This has to be done this way. Okay, so item. Let's use an Alpha Soul on Elly. It doesn't matter. She'll get one shot by this guy again, but basically what we have to do is we have to do the damage that kind of outweighs his healing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Sighton is letting us do quite a bit of damage. There you go! Youthful Mass dead. And 32,000 for everybody. That's very helpful, people. Meanwhile, Sighton, please lend me your sword. Oh, you'll be so happy now, Alex. We have the enemies again.
Yay.
It's not that much blood, honey.
I'm sorry. Guess I couldn't help you after all. All I can do for you now is ease your wounds. I'm so sorry.
Elly, you...
So I believe in this cutscene that was supposed to be the Youthful Mass, but it actually looks like the ads that it had. I'll turn it up, guys, so you can actually hear. But yes, obviously, they need to work on dubbing.
Yeah.
Please, listen to me. Stop fighting among yourselves. We are all humans. This facility was built by the Solaris Ministry. It was created to implement their no-waste plan. Such facilities were to convert mutated humans into weapons that serve as tools for their ambitions. Just one part of their overall plan of racial purification. Oh, this is hurting really, really hard right now. Of course, once you enter their umbrella of protection, you can avoid absolute death. But is that human life? Even if you are the only one left, if you're devoid of a heart, what does it all mean? All of you want to be loved, needed by someone, so we look to others. By ourselves, we are lonely, so we try to draw close together to live. That's what it means to be human. That's how people live. A single hand cannot clap. To relive your pain, I'll give however much of my flesh you need. Therefore, don't throw away your dignity as humans. Don't let go of your human heart. Whoa!
Elly, are you okay? What are you doing?
Think I'm doing something foolish?
No.
I only did what I could. Maybe I'm a hypocrite, a well-to-do have. Maybe it's only pity for the have-nots. But if I can know the joy of giving out a little of the life within me, then maybe someday it may just be possible that one human can truly give love to another. People can do it. I truly believe they can. That's why...
Elly.
Oh, come here, you! Alright.
After that, we went from place to place, destroying all the Soylent System facilities located on the surface of the Earth and freed the people held at each of the locations. All the people that had been mutated were taken in by Nissan, where they received treatment. those who had mutated only mildly were treated with Tara's nanomachines, which reconstructed and revived them. They were able to return back to their normal bodies. Unfortunately, there were some that had accelerated symptoms, and their treatment was not as promising. Trying to bring them back in form that resembled a human was the best that could be done. However, mysteriously, they no longer fought each other for survival, as they did what they were held by the Soylent System. Of course, their recovery from physical pain of their mutation may have played a factor in that, but it wasn't only that. The majority of people received by Nissan were those that had been admonished by Elly and had regained their humanity.
Yep. Exposition dump, like I said.
Yeah, between her work in destroying the Soylent System facilities, Elly also went around and nursed the people in Nissan. She aided bodies of the mutated and lent an ear to those who had no other place to go for help. She was the very image of the woman who created Nissan, Mother Sophia. It became rumored that Elly was reincarnation of a second advent of Sophia. Go to Nissan and you will receive salvation. The news seemed to spread further about the people who came all over to be saved both physically and spiritually. Free from supervision of Solaris, the surface dwellers began to unite in one place.
And what's actually interesting about this too is actually some of the Solarian survivors also got plagued by this, and so they kind of join people in Nissan. But meanwhile,
the germinating of those destined to be the body of the servant of God.
As before, the humans are gathering in Nissan at this rate.
Not to fear, this might actually be helpful for us.
The time is near. Should we not prepare for those who are to become the fleshy body of God, and those who will awaken God?
The time has come to activate the Geisha key.
Alright, this is actually one of the few that I don't know the pronunciation. Gaitia? I think that's what it's supposed to be. Oh, wait.
What?
Cain?
What more do you intend to do? I cannot allow you to use the key.
Cain, what are you doing?
Without the resurrection of God, our purpose cannot be fulfilled.
Or are you planning on perishing with God, Cain? Without fulfilling our purpose?
Your purpose. You were fated to it from your birth. Why don't you realize that it does not arise from your own free will?
I've heard enough.
This is of our own volition.
If you still insist on opposing us!
Ah! Have you forgotten? You are my subordinates. I can destroy you if I so desire. We have already done our part. It's time to pass the helm to the next generation. The people will not perish.
Okay, so Cain's at odds with the Gaza Ministry now. But he's on our side, so, you know, that's good, I guess. Kinda. Oh, meanwhile...
Although the initial impact of being released from the limiter seal caused some momentary chaos, everything slowly began to settle down. We then began to search for the anima relics, the catalyst to transform gears into omni-gears. In the past, 10 relics had been recovered. It's said to be about half of those that are in the hands of the ministry. According to the Zephyr, there should be several more relics hidden in the land. We knew then that the Solaris would most certainly be searching for them. There was no way we could allow Solaris to have them. We visited the place where, using the archaic records, Zephyr and her people had been able to get clues on whereabouts of the relics. Following the information we obtained there, we headed towards the ruins of what seemed to be an ancient civilization.
And this actually kind of becomes one of the objectives that we do in Disc 2 as we begin to search for the Anima relics. As you basically heard, they are catalysts that can turn gears into Omni-Gears. So, yay, we get to upgrade some gears.
Sweet.
And I'm going to go ahead and swap out Elly for Billy.
Billy.
So, yay, then we have Maria's music playing off in the background. And we actually are in the middle of gameplay again, believe it or not.
Whoa.
So, first things first.
There's gameplay in this?
I know, right? There's gameplay in Disc 2? You never would have guessed, would you, Alex? Oh, no. Nah. What crack are you smoking? All right, let's go ahead and do this. But actually, unfortunately, we've run out of time for today.
Yep.
So when we get back, we will release the first Anima relic of 2 we will be doing in Disc 2.